United this, United that, sign this player, sign the other. Yeah, they are linked with this one, they are linked with another. This one is cheap, the other one is expensive. United has no money to buy unless they spend. Guys, I'm almost getting tired of the whole back and forth talking about the same issues around Man United, yet the solutions are within. In this video, I'm here to tell you some of the best academy players who might be close to the door of the senior team. In fact, some have sniffed it already, who perhaps Ruben Amorim might be looking to look to as solutions for the big issues he has at Man United. Like, share, and subscribe. This is the United Hotspot. Now, I'll start it off with the man who won the Jimmy Murphy Young Player of the Year for Man United last season, a striker who actually made three appearances with the senior team. He earned it under Eric Ten Hag. Ethan Whitley was knocking on the door. In fact, I remember his longest cameo for the senior team was against Crystal Palace. That 4-0 loss, you recall, when I think it was Eze and Olise. They just had us for dinner. You recall that game? This Ethan Whitley kid comes on in the last 10 minutes of the game just to enjoy himself a bit. That was his longest cameo, but he's got a certain interesting attribute to his game. He's, first of all, he's tall. That's one, makes him good, and he fits there. He's not small and pink. But the other thing about his game is first of all, he's a prolific goal scorer, meaning he can score many forms and formats of goals. Because of his height, he can compete for aerial balls and win them. But also, he's able to get balls and to control balls in tight spaces and score goals or convert half chances. If you have a skill as a striker to control balls in tight spaces, it's good because it means you can be sandwiched by bodies but still find a way of getting control of the ball, keep it within your reach, and quickly kick it before a defender clears it. So that's what it means, being able to convert half chances. So he's got a lot about his game that I think makes him an impeccable or promising striker. He scored 8 goals at one point in 7 games last season. Certainly, he'd earned the Jimmy Murphy Award for the best young player at Man United. That is one of the youngsters that Ruben Amorim, if all things fail in terms of selling and buying, he will have to look up to, because promotions have to be made. The other player is another Ethan Williams. Now, Ethan Williams is another gem. Now, he's not a number 9, but this guy scores goals for fun. He scored 17 goals and registered about 9 assists for the under-18s and under-21s. That was in the 2023-2024 season. He plays both as a right and left winger because of his ambidextrous nature. He can play both with the right and with the left foot. Now, that's a special skill, but the biggest attribute about his game is his shot. He has got a beautiful shot. You see, some players we've seen at Man United have everything else but have a weak shot. They are not accurate with their shot. I spoke about it with Joshua Zirkzee. I think he needs to work on his shot. But this boy is quite special with his shot. And you get a sense that in Ruben Amorim's system, he might find ways of perhaps in the future promoting him to see how he can fit in, because he's quite a game. The other player United had to tie down, that was in 2024. He's a promising boy. He's unique in every nature because Bendito Mantato is, of course, he's black. That's the guy you see there in my thumbnail. He's a special player. He can play both as a left back and as a right winger. He can play where Ahmad plays, but can also play in that traditional left back where in a back four, the left back position. And this boy is something special. He has got goals in him. That's one. He was wanted at some point by several clubs in England. Clubs like Chelsea, Liverpool, Newcastle, all wanted him. Brighton, name them. They all wanted to poach him from Manchester United. He's just a special player because of how he's extremely versatile. Like I said, he can play left back and can also play as a right winger. It doesn't seem to make sense, but of course left back because he's left-footed. Right wingers these days are inverted. They are left-footed players. So he has got a big ability to dribble. He's a good dribbler of the ball and keeps it in control closely. You see how Ahmad dribbles the ball and keeps it in control? Then he has got devastating pace and speed. So he's extremely gifted, dangerous in the final third. I look at him as in 3 years, perhaps, if he continues developing at this stage, Mantanto could be the deputy, a designated deputy for Amad Diallo. He could be a designated deputy for Amad Diallo. In fact, even in perhaps less than that, because he scores goals, he's dangerous in the final third, but also he's extremely mature. He makes mature decisions. So he's a special player to look at, and I'm sure Ruben Amorim must have seen him and gone, we've got quite something in this kid, and perhaps he will consider. I think looking at him for the future. The other youngster that United has got plays in the middle of the pack. He's also a leader in Finley McAllister. McAllister was the captain of the treble-winning under-18 team of Man United last year, playing over 30 games in all competitions and scored 2 times and assisted 5 times. Now, this guy, he's English, and the one thing about his game, besides the leadership, that's why he's the captain of this junior team, is extremely disciplined in and out of possession, but also extremely hardworking, which is a good attribute for a central midfielder. So he has got the discipline, because in the central midfield there are battles and wars, but you can see Ugarte lacks a bit in that, in terms of discipline. Now this boy has that discipline. I'm not saying he's better than Ugarte. I'm saying in terms of that attribute, I'm comparing to you to show you what it means to have a central midfielder who is not exactly disciplined in and out of possession. That's why Ugarte gets so many cards. And I think that's something he's got to work on in his game. You can be energetic and physical and robust the way he is, but you don't have to be indisciplined, if you know what I mean. So this guy is disciplined. He's very hard to dispossess. When he's got the ball on his feet, he's so hard to dispossess because of his awareness and intelligence, game intelligence. So he makes the team, he dictates the tempo of the team. He can receive the ball in tight spaces. He's a special gift of a player, McAllister. No wonder he was the captain of the treble-winning under-18 side. But also his strength is a big attribute to him, and because of that, he can also be played as a right back, yet he's only 18. He's a gem. That's the other star we have in that Man United Academy. Guys, I'm telling you, players who are working wonders in the Man United Academy, that in the future, if a name drops, if you see one of them, you don't go, oh, what's going on? Who is this? Why didn't we buy this? Why didn't we buy that? This is the backup. If there is no money, these are some of the players United and Amorim can look up to, that they can bring in and serve the team. Shea Lacy is the other player. Dangerous left foot he's got, Lacy. And he signed his professional contract in 2024. And the thing is, he can also play anywhere across the front line. He can be inverted. He can be a false nine. He can be a natural wing on the left. But that's not the specialty on his game. I think I spoke about him before sometime here. His biggest attribute is his free kicks. He's good with his free kicks and his ability to just sweep that ball into a top corner. From any dead ball situations, name them, he has got a lot of technique, so much natural technique. He reminds you of if you watch David Beckham and how he could swing them crosses and swing it like Beckham. He's the closest to Beckham I think United has had in a long time, because United has always struggled with players who can score free kicks, but this boy, and he's left-footed, is quite something. He's quite something. He's a gem. I cannot even say much about him. Shea Lacy, 17, but he's of course got issues. I think last season his time was quite restricted because of injuries, but he's such a footballer, and I think he's one of those I expect to make it into the senior team early. I expect him to be one of the surprise promotions under Ruben Amorim in the next couple of months. Honestly, watch out for that boy. Of course, there is more. Jack Fletcher, that's the son of Darren Fletcher. I can talk of Habib Uguneye, the right back, who I think Nigeria, he's 19. I think Nigeria and England will be competing for him in terms of where he will play in the future. And of course, the obvious ones, the likes of Harry Amas, the likes of Chido Obi Martin. You can name them. There is quite a lot of young players in Man United. The Man United Academy continues to be an amazing academy. Now, at a time like this, when Ineos is looking to change strategy, not sign left, right, and center, but promote young players from the academy of the team, I think it's high time Amorim trusts them, trains them how he wants them to play, and keep introducing them. I like that he has started with Toby Collier. Godwill Kokunki is not so far from the senior team. Guys, solutions might be within. Sometimes you can look everywhere to find solutions to your problems, yet your solutions are just close to you. So instead of looking further, you might want to look closely. Look internal, not external. My name is Webb. This is the United of Sport. Let me know who your favorite youngster in the Man United Academy is in the comments section. Cheers.